Freddy.
Welcome back to another edition of Davey Mac's Tales from the Saddle. I'm your host, Bobby Tamburo, and joining me as always is the star and co-host of this program, and the reason why you all are here, it's the man who breaks down each story from his tales.
Holy shit.
This isn't good.
What a rambling. No. I want to continue because it's making me laugh. Don't hit it. Don't hit it. It's funny. Don't do it.
I was trying to get you on camera.
Oh, good,
so the audience
good.
can see you. No, it's staying in.
Yeah. Because we do not do second takes on Tales from the Satellite. I don't do second takes ever on Davey Mac's sports program, Yaddle Chattel, Star Wars podcast, the Eastside Davidson Wrestling Show, or the Morning Rat Race with Carl and Dave. But of course, Tales from the Satellite is where we are today, Robert.
Yes. Good evening, radio fans, and welcome to another edition. I'm your host, Bobby, and here's the star, Eastside Dave McDonald.
There you go. I was laughing initially. Thank you, Robert. I was laughing initially because your voice went up in almost a British way. Like you sounded like Davy Jones from the Monkees. You're like, good evening, radio fans. You had like, good evening, radio fans, and welcome. As long as we're not taking the last train to Clarksville, I think we're going to have an excellent episode. And listen, if you're just dialing in, if this is your first experience, this is where I myself, Eastside Dave McDonald, talk about my nearly 10-year career at SiriusXM Satellite Radio, working for the likes of the great Ron and Fez show, but also Opie and Anthony, Special Delivery starring Sam and Dave, and Davey Mac's Sports Program XL, and also did other things with Cousin Brucey. I was on Cousin Brucey a couple times. You called in to Cousin Brucey. I prank called Cousin Brucey. You'll love this one. As a very effeminate man, Eric from Jersey City.
I wonder who that could be.
Who would call in and say, hi, cousin. I would love to hear a certain song today. And me and my wife, Angela, just got off a cruise where I was hitting on all of the bus boys. But yeah, and that call got through to Cousin Bruce. But anyway.
We may have to do a Eastside Dave as a caller breakdown at some point, because I was actually listening to an old Ron and Fez on the way down where Gail crashed her car. And you called in to try to fire her up, like just to keep her going and make her even angrier. And Ron was just like, yes, we got Eastside Dave to pick on Gail. All right.
What? I don't remember this.
I think this might have even been pre you as a producer. Like, radio fan Eastside Dave calling in.
My
not even
gosh.
Radio star.
Crazy. Anyway, what is today? What are we doing today?
Well, it's kind of funny that we're all over the place, and maybe
that's all right.
You start out doing something grand that you think is great, and then slowly watch it deteriorate, because today we are talking about Fast Freddy. So much like my opening, we have a burst to stardom, and then a steady.
But let's before everyone says, Fast Freddy will, and I know we'll do it your order chronologically and stuff like this, but Fast Freddy will lead to beard porn. That's a very pivotal thing. So
that was a big giveaway at the end of this that I didn't realize was coming. Because Jared was like, oh, by the way, we have to talk about this.
Yeah.
And both archivists
I might even, once we're done recording, I might start saying this is the beard porn episode.
I like that.
Because if we say at the beginning it's Fast Freddy, I could just see our wonderful patrons. And by the way, patreon.com/EastsideDave. If you are subscribing, obviously you have gotten this over a month in advance. Lately they've been 6 weeks in advance of. We do release them because the patrons themselves asked for. They want them on iTunes for their phones and this and that. So we are releasing them, but we appreciate the Patreon so much. You get this weeks and weeks in advance.
I would hate to correct you, but I think if you subscribe to a Patreon, you are a patron.
Patron.
Just so you know.
I can't fucking get that straight.
I'm sorry.
I think it's patreon.com/Eastside Dave, and I call everyone my Patreons.
Yeah, so you can send them to patron.com.
Okay. So I'm a fucking idiot. Well, but I love you, my Patreons.
Close enough.
Well, regardless, so we'll call this the Fast Freddy. There's a lot of fun. I know what this episode's about. I'm gonna just forewarn you. It's hysterical, at least to me. There's a lot of fun stuff.
The main question both Patrick,
so
Jared,
let's
and I
get
all
into
had
it.
was, why did you find it hilarious? But
okay,
before we get started, before we even get into Freddy, you mentored a lot of interns.
Hell yeah, Robert.
Years, and I'm going to put you on the spot to start the show.
Sure.
Rank them.
Woo! Chris Pepper Stanley.
We're going to keep it satellite era so there aren't any personal hurt feelings in the room, too.
Chris Pepper Stanley would be number one. Despite Earl Douglas's bullshit boasts, I was the one who hired Chris. He came 20 minutes late to the meeting, but in those days, much heavier with the long hair and the sweating. That made me laugh. And I said to Earl, we have to hire this guy. He has to be the guy. And it was Earl, and this is a straight up, Earl's tried to fucking deny this and revise history. This is straight up what happened, okay? Swear to God, all right? Scout's honor. And the point is, Earl goes, he was 20 minutes late, Dave. And if you're 20 minutes late, that's a bad sign for professionalism. I go, what fucking job do we have? Professionalism? This guy was born for Rod.
The king of walking in 15 minutes before the show started is going to yell at somebody for being 20 minutes late.
And Earl Douglas himself.
That's what I mean. The king of walking in 5 minutes before the show
I thought you were
started.
talking about Rod. But yeah. I mean, Earl, he's not exactly the most punctual person in the world.
Late. He'll be there all night.
He's not getting a punctuality pin at Rushmore.
No.
Academy. I can tell you that. Okay, I would get the fucking punctuality. People don't realize would you admit this? I'm very punctual.
Yes.
Scheduled.
Very much
organized. So. And my workspace in the office was without a doubt the cleanest. I've said this before.
That actually is going to come up at the end of this.
Good, okay.
The workspace was clearly an irk for some people.
Oh, but you want me to rank. Chris Pepper Stanley, number one. Bronx Johnny, number two. Johnny.
Wow.
Oh, shit. Pitsy number three?
You know what? I'm going to ask
Is that why you're giving me that? Because I love Anthony Pizzatola, baby. Pitsy.
You know what? The reason why I gave you the oh shit was I didn't even consider Bronx Johnny ever an intern. I just always considered him part of the staff.
Hey,
he always seemed to have that level of comfortability.
No.
That blew my mind. But yeah. Pitsy is three.
I never Johnny was always the intern. Pitsy 3. I guess Lily 4, right? And what do you want? A top 5? Let's go Fast Freddy.
Oh.
Freddy, I got you in there, baby. I don't know where you is. I don't know what you doing, but you know you got one motherfucking friend in radio. East Side Dave McDonald, Daddy. No, I love this kid.
Of your current friend circle, what percentage would you just say are former radio interns? Because if you go through that list, me, Bronx Johnny, Chris Pepper Stanley.
Yeah, you're the people I talk to the most.
Which is great.
I just talked to Bronx Johnny the other day.
Nice.
Yeah, moving to Boston. He moved to Boston and can't do high society radio. He got shipped up to Boston. But and he can't do high society radio anymore.
Did he tell you his big news?
No.
He's starting a new podcast. Higher Society Radio.
Oh,
Radio
I love
War.
it. Just a little bit higher. I'll be your first guest on Higher Society Radio.
Come into eastsidedave.com.
But yeah, Johnny. Yeah. So Pepper, Johnny, Pitsy, Lily, Freddy.
You said something interesting, which was you chose to hire Pepper. So what was the intern process? Because now, I don't know if you know, they just kind of get assigned.
Earl and I, right? We would get applications. We would get applications, and we might get anywhere from 8 to 10 applications, and then you go through them, and maybe you email, 3 or 4, and then maybe you pick 2.
And what would you look for?
I would look for a personality.
Okay.
100%. So Chris Pepper Stanley, at that point, I don't know, 285, 295 pounds, fucking hair down to his ankles. I mean, it was crazy. It was like Captain Caveman had entered the goddamn building. And I was like, this fucking guy, and Earl will deny it, but it was me.
I believe it.
Who brought him in, who brought him in and brought him on. Because I told Earl, this guy has it.
Without varying too far, and had his back throughout the whole time. If you look at who really ingratiated Pepper as part of the show,
it would be me, wouldn't it?
100%. Even
you'd think he'd be doing all kinds of favors for me these days.
Well, maybe we're gonna find out today why he no longer feels the need to do you favors. So
I have a feeling like so I'm gonna reverse it. I have a feeling like by the episode, he is definitely going to owe me a favor if you know what I'm talking about.
I do know exactly.
There is a detail to beard porn which the entire universe has forgotten. I'm not going to give it to you right now. Don't worry, Robert.
We got to get into it.
Oh, we can get into it now?
No, I'm saying we got to get into this story before we give something big away. That's all.
Okay.
But you're right. There's a huge detail.
There's a huge detail in beard porn that we are gonna give to you. Might blow your mind. Because I don't know what happened. People have forgotten this, and I'm ready to remind some motherfuckers about some shit, and maybe he owes me a favor. Well, I mean, we've established he owes me a favor, Chris Pepper Stanley, that is. But I mean, this is a tangible favor that he's going to have to owe me.
I would say it's probably worth $500 if I had to approximate it. But we're going to get into it.
Okay, we're going to get into a lot of fun today.
Beer porn is the culmination, but really this all comes down to one character, Fast Freddy. So you kind of said you chose to hire Freddy?
Top 5 intern. Yep, top 5. Top 5 intern. I loved him
the
with
satellite era. We're gonna keep
of the satellite radio.
I waited till you said Chris first before I made you clarify, but then we're gonna
of the satellite radio era. Fast Freddy is, as ranked by me, top 5 intern of all time. And what I liked about Freddy was he sort of, to me, looked like a big man from Pennsylvania who had been left in the dryer a little bit and had shrunk to a very small man.
I'm going to kill him. I'll slit his throat, Dave.
He was a confusing sort of chap because he looked a lot older than he was when he was he had that Pennsylvania thing where he's like, yeah, I'm 22. And it's like, you're 22. He looked like he was 35. He had little tiny arms, I noticed, too. That was always something that I enjoyed. But, I mean, also, I just enjoyed him. He kind of made me chuckle and if not, outright laugh.
So you were the one who chose to hire?
Yes.
Okay. And what about him, other than just, it seems like he was the runt of the litter as far as that intern class goes.
Really? Why? Who else was the intern?
Ron said he liked some dude named Pat, maybe? I forget who it was.
Okay.
But he didn't do any characters. My favorite line of the whole time was he came in to say hi when you brought in Fast Freddy to do characters for the first time. And Ron was like, do you do characters? And he was like, not yet. And Ron goes, wait till you see how Freddy does before you decide to do characters. Just don't do that.
Yeah.
But, and then, sometimes you hear a voice over the radio and you go, that's really hot. So I got to ask you, the redheaded girl.
Oh, right.
Was she hot?
From Long Island?
Yeah. She was like a bartender because she sounded very attractive over the radio. And there were
I think so. Yeah.
flirtatious vibes between you and her.
Is that the case?
Yeah. So maybe we should see what she's up to.
I didn't. I mean, she
co-host
should.
the next
I mean, I
episode.
don't know. I even forget her name.
It comes up at some point.
It comes up. He says, well, she was a nice looking lady. Yeah. She's an intern, though. I was always very professional in that
sometimes you hear
capacity.
Delilah, and then you see a picture of Delilah. And you
No,
go,
yeah.
oh,
I
Jesus.
hear what you're saying. Yes, she was. I'm not sure she finished her internship. She had a couple of I'm not going to say, but apparently there was some personal issues or something. And I'm not sure if she finished the semester. But I hope everything's okay. I'm not this isn't
same
me.
here.
Yeah.
So you take Freddy under your wing.
This was also 15 years
He's the
ago.
run of the litter.
Yeah.
And who came up with the name Fast Freddy? Why did you?
That was not me. I don't think. So maybe Ron?
Okay. Nicknames, you never know.
Yeah, because I'm sure it was Ron.
Okay.
Because that was the other thing about Freddy. he was slow, not like in the head, but he would kind of deliberate. How about that? So the interns are setting up the studio, right? Say I'll use my phone as one of the things. Everything is yes, like this. It's like surgery, like putting the fucking phone down on the table like that. It's like, what are we playing, the board game Operation over here?
Don't let anything buzz.
I mean, just get it down. But he was great attitude, and he also walked very quietly. Remember that there was a Seinfeld episode where they call the guy the Saddler, where he kept you would turn around, they would pop up right behind you. Yeah. He was a very light, quiet walker.
I didn't know if it was football. Ron at one point goes, if this was the 70s, you're the stereotypical fullback. So I didn't know if it was like a football thing. Who knew?
That is what he looked like. Larry Zonka-esque.
All right, so then the first time we meet Freddy, he's doing characters on the air.
Yeah, man.
Whose idea was it? Like, hey, Freddy, this would be a good way for you.
I had been saying that Freddy's funny because I found him funny. This is the problem with me, I guess, sometimes, is that, if I might find something funny, and now everyone has to experience it. But I actually believed in Freddy. I thought he was going to be the next big comedy star.
Oh, and you say that big time, but that not quite so much here. When he first gets introduced, you say that later on.
Good,
but he has 4 characters, and Ron introduces it as he saw Freddy just staring out the window, practicing characters to himself. So let's see what you got. And Ron says, "Are they going to be more wrestling?" And he says, "No." So. Did he do wrestling impressions?
He was a wrestling fan, and I think he had a couple of impressions. Again, the Pennsylvania accent, he couldn't lose it. So he would, and he couldn't do voices either. So he just ended up sounding like, if he did a Hulk Hogan, he would just sound like Fast Freddy, being like, I got my 24-inch pythons here, and
that's pretty fun. Yeah,
they're gonna squeeze your head.
Although I will say, at the very end, his last day, he does a Vince McMahon that's actually half decent.
Oh, good.
So that would be the one character. Now, again, Vince McMahon does just sound like an old guy from Pennsylvania, so maybe he was just, But, okay, fair enough. So you go, he's going to do characters.
Yeah, but he was a wrestling fan and did think of himself as a good wrestling impressionist, which wasn't necessarily the case, but he at least had the confidence.
So at this point, he's going to do 4 characters, and do you remember
No.
any of his characters?
No, God, no.
I didn't imagine you would. So the first one was a guy named Rusty Ramapo.
I love this already.
I feel like you really rubbed off on Freddy because a lot of these characters are kind of like
Rusty Ramapo.
So
that's great.
Just like to see if I give you the name Rusty Ramapo, what would your impression be?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean.
You want me to give you the character's backstory?
Oh, yeah. Give the character's backstory.
So he was a porn star in the 70s, hasn't been doing it for 40 years, but still thinks he's got it. And we're going to kick it to you right now.
Rusty Ramapo is ready to fuck. Okay? Now, I know, it's been quite some time since Rusty Ramapo has laid the pipe with some of the Nina Hartleys of the world, but let me tell you something. Rusty Ramapo still's got it where it counts, between the legs. All right, that's my Rusty Ramapo.
That was pretty good, man. Very similar in the sense that you both said the name a lot.
Well, you have to do. Okay, so that is me, because I do that shit all the time. Hey, it's the fucking radio, baby. You got to remind people.
Now, Rusty Ramapo, when Freddy did him, was very similar in that he kept saying he had it, but he was definitely a black guy, and then Ron called him on it, and he was like, no, he's just got the jive, Ron. And Rusty's whole thing was that he was mad Ron Jeremy beat him out for a film.
Oh, that's great.
Because he had a bigger penis. Hey, ladies.
Yeah.
All right, you've got a list of characters. Am I setting them up for you?
Sure.
This is Rusty Rampo. Is that the name of it?
Ramapo, Rusty Ramapo.
Rusty Ramapo.
Yeah.
And tell us, do you need to set it up anyway, or you just want to start being Rusty?
Well, Rusty Ramapo is a 1970s porn star.
Okay.
Who thinks he's still the shit.
He thinks he's still the shit. So it's in modern day.
It's this, 2010.
But he hasn't worked since the 70s.
No, he hasn't worked since the 70s,
right,
but he thinks he should.
Let's meet Rusty Ramapo from the 1970s.
Hey, baby. This is Rusty Ramapo here, baby. Oh, yeah, you may have seen me in some of my 70s classic porns. Jaws of Cock and The Fuck Father Part 1. Oh, yeah, baby. I was the shit in the 70s. I was supposed to be in Fuck Father Part 2, but that fat fuck Ron Jeremy got the part. It's okay, though, baby, because my dick is bigger than his anyway. I believe it's 11 1/4 inches. Oh, yeah, baby, it's that long. You want to see it, honey? I could run circles around these pussy-ass porn stars of today. Back in my day, I could fuck for days without that pill for pussy's Viagra. I was a stud and still am, baby. You want to fuck, sweet thing? I'm Rusty Rambo.
All right, that's Rusty Rampo. Now, a couple quick questions. Is Rusty black?
He's not black, but he definitely has that jive, going.
Okay. And is he gay?
He wants to be black.
Is he gay?
He's not gay, but he has done gay pornos.
All right, so he's done gay porn.
But he's not proud of his past.
And he's not black. He's just jive.
So it was pretty solid.
Yeah, I think this is all good stuff. I'm thumbs up on Rusty Ramapo.
Yeah, that was the
that's the best.
that would be the summit.
Oh shit.
Do you remember Fuck Reginald?
Fuck Reginald. That's his name.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember Fuck Reginald.
I'm not going to make you do a Fuck Reginald, but basically
I couldn't.
He was a guy who had Tourette's who kept saying, "Fuck Reginald, fuck." And then
so what kind of material would he do?
It would just pretty much be like, "I'm fuck Reginald, fuck Reginald, fuck Reginald," and then he would say something. But he kept swearing and saying "fuck" just in the normal conversation. And Ron goes, "It really kind of takes the shock away when you just keep saying it in normal conversation."
That's really funny to me too.
Reginald sounded like when you twist your lips up a little bit, but the voice was still just
like that.
Fast Freddy, yeah.
Yeah, fuck Reginald. So anyway, Ron, I was fuck Reginald. I was trying to get the show prep ready with fuck Reginald. And I was outside getting a bagel. Fuck Reginald.
The next character is called Reginald.
Fuck Reginald. Yeah. There's snow out there. It's fucking crazy. Fuck, I'm Reginald. Yeah. And these Olympics are fucking pissing me off. Fuck these countries. Ow, Reginald. Fuck, yeah. I'm Reginald. Reginald has Tourette's.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Reginald has Tourette's. And,
I didn't know that.
Fuck, Reginald.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Now, Reginald is from where?
Parts unknown.
Okay, so he's parts unknown. About what age is Reginald?
Reginald's about 43.
About 43 years old, and he just starts to talk about the Olympics and curse. Let's hear Reginald just a little more.
Fuck. This weather is pissing me off. I don't know whether to wear fucking pants, a coat, or sometimes I like to go out and say, fuck, yeah, Reginald, naked. I like, fuck, I'm Reginald.
All right, here's the interesting thing about Reginald is that he will say fuck even when the Tourette's isn't acting up. He'll just use it, and then it's maybe not as shocking.
That's true.
When he does it.
I never knew a Tourette's person. I didn't know that they would yell out their own name, too. I thought it was just the swear words.
Well, sometimes he forgets his name, and he likes to remember it himself.
I understand.
You know?
All right, I love these characters. So far, he's 2 for 2 to me. But again, this is me. My mind's warped.
So, do you remember Frederick?
Frederick? Well, that's him.
No, Frederick was a British character who hated America. And it was okay. Oh, those stupid Americans.
He had a character that he gave his own name.
Yeah.
And he's from England all of a sudden. His name is Freddy in real life. And so he comes up with a character named Frederick.
Well, I'm assuming Frederick. More fancy.
I know, that's
British.
so funny.
But then he uses a wrestler's thing at the end where he's like, something about a toe and a sock. I don't know the wrestling thing, but that one was okay.
All right, so you got the next one. This is Frederick.
Hello there. My name is Frederick. I have some issues about you bloody Americans. I am English, in case you didn't know. That's right, I'm English. And you Americans make me sick. You're all fat and ugly. You smell like cabbage, actually. You Americans have no class. And in fact, the worst of these bloody Americans are right here in this godforsaken land called New York City. Did someone make a poopy in here? It smells like dirty trousers. Listen here, sunshine. I will not be besmirched, you bloody toe rag. Again, I'm English, and I love being English. Yes, crump and tea. Good day there. Fuck America.
All right, what did he have with his tea?
Did I say crumpets?
But you say clump.
I said
You say clump and tea.
clump and tea.
Yeah.
He's British.
He's British, and he doesn't like us?
No, he hates Americans.
Oh, I didn't
Bastard. He obviously doesn't wear the flag on his helmet.
know. No, he doesn't. All right, so that character is going over big.
And then my favorite of these four, and I think probably yours as well. Do you remember Coral Reef Sanders?
No. But I like it already.
He just wanted to get his dick sucked.
Coral Reef Sanders.
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking it was going to be some sort of like fast food thing, but instead featuring seafood, like Colonel Sanders. Coral Reef Sanders, but we're going to have, we're going to have all the shrimp for you in a giant bucket. $19.95. Get the Coral Reef Sanders. We'll give you 30,000 shrimp. We'll give you 2 goddamn mashed potatoes, and we'll give you a fucking corner of the cob that you can fuck yourself in the ass with. Come on down to Coral Reef Sanders. We got the best goddamn motherfucking seafood and shrimp in town.
Better than Freddy.
That's my interpretation of Coral Reef Sanders.
Suck my dick.
It
Want to suck my dick, Fez?
So now it's kind of getting into Rusty Ramapo and what was the guy's name? Clarence?
Fuck Reginald.
Fuck Reginald. It's sort of a hybrid of Rusty and Reginald.
And this is the last character you're going to be doing, and I only have the name Coral Reef Sanders.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
The old Coral Reef.
Sure.
My name's Coral Reef Sanders, and you can suck my dick. I love getting my dick sucked. I don't care if you're short, tall, fat, skinny. I love getting my dick sucked. Hell, I don't care if it's a guy as long as it's getting sucked. Hey, Fez, you want to suck my dick? Ain't nothing gay about getting your dick sucked. You're gay for wanting to suck my dick.
Hello. Hi. Yeah, it's Hollywood. No, does this guy have Tourette's?
No, this guy doesn't have Tourette's. He just has an infatuation with getting his package slobbered on.
But don't most of your characters have that?
Well, Rusty Ramapo would like to have it happen.
But it doesn't happen
But it doesn't
anymore, 'cause
happen.
he got
to him.
older.
It hasn't happened in 40 years.
I see.
He wishes. He thinks it should.
And Reginald just doesn't like American.
No,
Oh, he
Reginald,
does.
Reginald has
He has
Tourette's. Reginald
Tourette's.
lives in the basement with his mother.
Okay.
Frederick, British, doesn't like us.
Doesn't like American. I don't think he.
And then
He
let's
probably
hear-
doesn't get laid.
Let's hear a little more Coral Reef Sanders, because I'm not exactly understanding.
Well, my name's Coral Reef Sanders, and you can suck my dick. That's right. I keep talking about getting my dick sucked. That's all I think about. I don't even like pussy. I like getting my dick sucked. That's all I like. Hell, you want to suck my dick? I don't care how old you are, how young you are.
All right, let me ask a question. How old is Coral Reef, and what's his occupation?
Coral Reef is 35, and his occupation is getting his dick sucked.
Right, so that's the only thing we know about him.
He doesn't. He doesn't have a job. He just goes from town to town, and tries to get his dick sucked. He's very vulgar man.
Yeah.
His issues.
Noticed, yeah.
Very, very. He's not. Doesn't have
Why
one
does he have
nice
the
bone in
name
his
Coral
butt.
Reef?
I have no idea.
It's got to be an odd name for a
It
man,
is
right?
an odd name.
You'd think there would be a backstory, like he was a sailor. None of that's true, though.
Well, he tried to be a sailor, but the other sailors beat the shit out of him because he kept asking them to suck his dick. So
I see.
that
All right.
doesn't happen in the the good old U.S. of A. Armies.
Well, I don't know why'd you bring that up.
I'm going to give you the line that really blew Fast Freddy for me and for the callers as well, where he goes, "It's not gay if you get your dick sucked. It's gay to suck a dick," which is just a Kenny Powers line. And somebody calls in and goes, "That's a ripoff of Kenny Powers." And he goes, No, I borrowed that line. The rest was mine. The idea of getting your dick sucked was mine. And they go, Ron goes, "Well, so you borrowed it?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, what's the difference between borrowing and stealing?" And God love Freddie. He goes, "Borrowing is a way of saying you stole without stealing." So he knew he was caught.
Yeah.
And then it turns out Frederick, like I told you, he literally used the line the wrestle from a wrestling impression.
He incorporated wrestling promos and taglines and catchphrases into his little Saturday Night Live characters. This is fucking
he sure
hysterical.
did.
His if you said to Freddie, well, who are your comedy superstars? He'd be like, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, The Undertaker. I'm like, what? Okay, not Monty Python, Saturday Night Live, different eras, Kids in the Hall. No, The Undertaker, and like Ric Flair. These are all wrestlers.
He then reveals that Rusty Ramapo was inspired by a Family Matters character. And Ron goes, great. So 3 of the 4 original characters you brought in aren't original. So that's pretty much the last we hear of Freddy that day.
Oh, okay. God bless you, Freddy.
The next time we hear of Freddy is an incident we actually talked about last time, which is one of the reasons that you aren't allowed to do a drinking show anymore, was Fez's St. Patrick's Day meltdown.
Oh, boy.
On, you guessed it, Fast Freddy.
Yeah. This was legendary.
I'm guessing most of what you recall from this is from listening secondhand. Is that fair?
No. No, brother. This was intense, and I have a very sharp memory of what happened, even though I was drinking too, right?
And pled that you were blacked out when it came to apologies. So you kind of lied. We got you in a trap.
Yeah, you did.
Fez from the grave is coming back to get you, Dave, man.
I remembered it.
No, of course you did.
It was fucking...
The lines you were feeding Freddy were too sharp for you to have been blacked out. That would have been the... But anyway.
No, I was drunk, Robert.
You were definitely drinking.
Yeah.
And you kept drinking. And that
I was drunk.
That was a point of contention because when we come into the episode, Fez has been the first person on a drinking show to have been given a red flag. You're no longer allowed. He's been cut off. And we come to find out the reason why Fez is cut off is Fast Freddy had to follow him to the bathroom to make sure he didn't do anything bad, and he almost walked into Shade 40. I cannot tell you how badly I wish a blacked out Fez Whatley had walked into Shade 45.
So that would have been the greatest radio ever. Actually, Freddy's a genius if he meant to do that on purpose. So Freddy was supposed to be getting him to the bathroom, but didn't do anything. In other words, he let Fez...
No, he prevented Fez from walking into Shade 45. The mistake he made is he came back and told Chris Pepper that. And Pepper brought it up on air.
Yeah, if he had not told me... Well, he didn't tell me.
No, because you were also drunk. I think Pepper was probably watching
yeah,
you.
he was sober.
Probably assigned to you.
He was the only one who was sober.
So,
but that's so funny and I remember that. I remember that being a major deal because Fez thought he was a little bit of a rat by saying the story that Fez almost walked into the thing.
We both love Chris Stanley. He's a great guy. But Chris's telephoning of the story, he heard the story from Fast Freddy and said it slightly differently on air.
Okay.
That's what set off the whole thing. So Freddy comes back and goes, Fez walked into the window outside of Shade 45. I had to grab him. Pepper reports on air, Fez almost walked into Shade 45, and the whole situation collapses because Fezzy cannot handle that.
Well, I guess, yeah. I mean, that would... It would have been funny to me, but maybe not necessarily to Ron, I suppose, if this co-host is... But intoxicated, walking into other radio shows.
The issue is he walked in. You know how you had the windows?
Yes.
So he bumped into the window, and Fezzy then went back to the studio.
Yeah.
He never almost opened the door to walk in.
Right.
And that's where.
And Shade 45 always had their curtains pulled. Always. And there was all kinds of weed going on at Shade 45. Almost every goddamn day, you would just be smelling weed. I'm not complaining either. I was like, this is...
There still is between you and I when I
I
took Donovan to Sirius.
Well, I guess it's legal in New York now.
Yeah, but when I took Donovan to Sirius, I was isolated in a studio.
Yeah.
And it was next to Shade 45. And I started to smell weed, and I was like, I'm just going to smoke a joint. They're not going to bust me. I'm going to blame it on them.
I mean, you could absolutely smell it. So,
hey, was somebody smoking weed in here? Yeah, his name was Who Kid.
That would have been fantastic. Fucking Fez and Who Kid together on the goddamn air, spinning some fucking P. Diddy and shit.
Honestly,
getting a little Biggie in there.
Everybody.
How about the Fat Boys? Is that a little too old school?
No, I think
no one's into the Fat Boys anymore. You know.
Let me clear my throat.
Yeah, I mean, you know, stuff like that.
But as many people that tried to help Fez and like be his, I'm gonna give you swag guy. I think Who Kid might have been the only one who could have actually say, like, can you imagine just Fez?
Oh, Hip Hop Fez? We should have definitely done that.
Flogger. Yeah,
we should have just Hip Hop Fez.
That would have been the
where
last,
he had a do-rag and everything.
He's just hanging out with Waka Flocka Flame. He's throwing the Brick Squad sign.
Like, I could picture Fez in a very beautiful baby blue but overly large sweatsuit, you know, like, kind of one piece, then with the white,
Mr. 50,
thing.
I have to wear a
On his head.
bulletproof vest too? Do they make one my size?
Maybe we could get, like, if Flavor Flav already does the clock gimmick around his neck, we give something, like, unique for Fez. Like, I don't know, it's October. He wears, like, a giant pumpkin or something.
The ashtray.
Or an ashtray.
The ashtray that
Where's
he
the
gave Ron.
ashtray?
Yeah.
There you
All
go.
right. Well, unfortunately, none of this happened because
None of it.
he merely bumped into the window and came back, and then Pepper served him up like a drunk lamb to Ronnie and said he walked into the studio, not just the wall. Fez has a meltdown, and it becomes Fez versus Freddy. Do you remember any of this?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Now, that's what set it off. Fez clearly has some animosity.
This is where I was writing lines for Freddy here.
100%.
Yeah.
And this is one of the few times where you're writing lines for somebody that Ron just throws you under the bus, too.
I remember.
And is like, no,
He said,
Fez.
thanks, Dave. I distinctly remember. See, this is how intense it was, because you're right. Listen, I was drunk. I was hammered, man.
Yeah.
Like straight up. But ever when really intense things happen, it can like cut through like your blackout.
Oh, 100%.
I remember Rod just being like, "Thanks a lot, Dave. Thanks, Dave. Thanks."
Keep going, Dave. You're helping.
I thought it was supposed to. In my head, this was making sense because I had written little things for Freddy before. Like he was my intern, Big A. Big A might write little, jokes with the Big A. Always seemed to like to talk about how large Fez's nipples were, and he would like to say they're the size of tea saucers, teacup
Yes,
saucers.
he would always say that. Yeah. That was you?
Yes, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was me. I gave Freddy the same treatment with the index cards with this fucking shenanigans, and oh boy.
This is where it all popped off, yeah.
Yeah, this was bad.
You done fucked up, son.
I mean, what were some of the things? I mean, I remember Freddy fucking like taking little
Choke on another piece of pizza, fat boy. Like, pretty much anything from...
choke on another piece of... Okay, so that's harsh. Now, did I write fat boy? I hope not. But I don't know.
It was a lot of that.
Freddy and I were a good team.
I don't remember any of the specific lines, and we'll definitely put some clips in here of the fight so
Sure.
you can get the lines back and forth.
Look at Freddie bringing drinks to Dave. And
I
nothing
have
to-
asked for a drink for 1,000 years here, Fatso.
All right, jeez. He's your intern.
Yeah, doesn't mean I like him.
Oh, he's so sad. Freddie, don't. You know what? You're fine.
I'm very hurt, actually.
Don't.
I don't care if you're hurt.
Fez.
It might have been the pants.
Don't call him that.
I've asked for a beer for over and over again.
You have been flagged, Fez. You're flagged for the constant slurring. When you get it back together and you're ready to regroup, then we'll do that.
Meanwhile, I'm as sober and drunk as a clam.
Well, you're regular drunk, but Fez gets into that, the rolling eyes. You look at your shirt. That's from drinking a water. Put your hand on your shirt.
Think Fez is in a blackout?
You're soaked.
Yeah, he's definitely in blackout. Can I take
Freddie,
a twin pic?
don't let him hurt your feelings. You're doing a fine job
Thank you.
today.
I'll try and,
And did he
forget it.
almost really walk into Shady 45?
Yeah.
Never happened,
He could
asshole.
have walked into the bad side of radio. That's the bad part of radio.
I'm going
over
to send
there.
a twin
Never
pic
happened, you little chubby.
All right, come on, Fez.
to 202 friends.
It's a tough issue for me.
I know it
Yeah,
is.
being
Don't
4x4.
Why are you being mean to him?
Because he's making up lies about me, and he won't get me a beer.
He's not going to get you a beer. You've been flagged.
And he's making up lies about me.
Why would he?
Why would he? He
Just
loves
not
you.
in
Because
him.
he's a fat idiot who's afraid of Dave.
My God. Wow. It's so untrue, Ronnie.
By
I
the
will
way,
get you, Freddie. Just think about it.
I-
I will get you.
get him how?
I don't care. Any way I can.
Why are you being mean to this kid?
He's being mean to me.
What did he do? He didn't get you a beer because
He's lying about me that I walked into Shady 45. It didn't happen.
He said he stopped you from walking in the shade.
It didn't happen.
How are you going to get him?
I don't care whether it's
Freddie.
ruining his internship or whatever. I will get you, you fat asshole. I will get you. Just know that.
I'm nervous now.
I know that
You
you're
should
nervous.
be fucking nervous. You're making up lies about me. You should be fucking nervous. I hope you're nervous.
All right.
I hope you're beyond nervous. I hope
they-
you shit your pants.
I don't know if he's going to do that. Now,
Freddy's done. Freddy's got to go up against me the rest of his internship.
what is this all about today, Fez?
I'm just talking about Freddy lying. Freddy can tell the truth anytime he wants to. I never tried to walk into Shady 45.
I think you're just mad Fez because I'm the true wrestling fan.
Oh!
And if that means looking more like Bastion Booger, yeah, you absolutely are.
Oh, no.
You little fucking King Kong Bundy. You want to come up against me?
Oh, no.
You want to put your internship on the line?
What are you doing? How is he putting his internship on the line?
Come here. Come here. You want to try it?
Get a Twitio.
Absolutely get a Twitio.
What do you
You think you're gonna come in here and fucking embarrass me saying I tried to walk into Shady 45? You fucking liar! You fucking fat piece of shit liar! You want to try to finish your internship with me? You want to do it? No, look at me. Look at me.
Fez, I didn't say you walked into Shade 45.
That's what I'm hearing.
Not the room.
That's
the
what
window.
I'm hearing.
Fez, this is getting dumb now. Because
I'm getting dumb? You want to tell me I'm getting dumb?
you look dumb right now.
Oh!
Yeah, well, you look like a fat piece of shit.
That's low. That's low.
You're low. You're low. You're about 4 feet tall low.
All right, hold on. Why are you this angry, Fez?
He's lying about me. He's absolutely lying about me.
What is the
Come
big,
here.
What is the big lie? Did he say? Did you ever say he tried to walk into Shady 45?
That's what I heard.
No. Bumped into the wall. Not walked into the studio, bumped into the wall.
I never heard that. I heard tried to walk into Shady
But
45.
you never heard it from this kid.
I never
You-
said it.
Dave
Pepper.
said it.
No,
oh, Pepper.
It was Pepper.
Then you're obviously telling stories behind my back. You want to keep doing that? And think you're going to make it here at Sirius XM?
I'm just trying to do my best.
Oh, what a
Yeah,
good
which is
kid.
the worst?
So sweet. He's such a sweetheart, that guy, that Freddy.
Thank you, Dave. At least somebody else likes me.
I do.
Don't go for the sympathy vote.
Fez, get off my fucking back. Like, go like that. Say that.
Fez, you need to get off my fucking back.
Yeah, your big fucking fat back.
All right.
You know what?
Fez, shut
Today's
up.
your last day.
Fez, shut
Today's
up.
your last day. Get out. Get
Fez.
the fuck out.
Fez, be quiet. That shirt stinks. Say that to him, too.
All right, hold on.
Get the fuck out.
Fez.
I'm not kidding.
Fez. Just so you
Get
know.
the fuck out.
Fez, look at me.
Dude.
Fezzy, don't
Relax.
throw fucking headphones and don't
Relax,
fucking get strong with a kid. Don't get strong with a fucking kid.
Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. That's why we cut him off.
And then he's going to get fucking in my face on my own show?
You saw Dave was doing it to him.
I don't care.
I was talking
He's going to
him.
get in my face on my own show? It's not going to happen.
He wasn't. He was just... It was, St. Patty's Day.
Are you fucking glad now? You proud of yourself? You got the kid in fucking hot water.
He was already
Now,
in hot water.
here's what I want you to understand, Dave.
Yeah.
This is where the kid is. Fez won't wake up tomorrow and be like, holy shit, I made an ass out of myself.
Yeah.
This will go into the Mikey D zone and stay that way forever.
Absolutely.
Fez,
He doesn't fucking forget.
I wasn't there.
He's going to keep fucking calling me out and I'm not going to do anything on my own show? It makes no sense.
Well, this isn't
And
jovial.
fucking Dave did it to him.
Yeah,
Dave
no,
did it.
I don't care. He's sitting there playing the role.
But fucking Dave is his fucking boss. You and
Yeah.
I don't interact with the kid.
I could care less about him.
That's
the
what I'm trying to
microphone.
say. He's trying to fucking play to the guy who grades him.
Yeah. He's going to get a solid B-.
He better not show up again.
Absolutely.
What Ron addresses in the apology, and what's really striking to me, though, is Fez's attacks are all about his weight, how he's never going to go anywhere. And it's like, honestly, it feels like Fez's fears he's attacking with, if that makes sense. Like, you don't look good. I'm going to prevent you from
You're
moving
saying you
on.
think Fez is talking about maybe himself?
I think he may have been projecting a little
Oh,
bit.
wow.
And Ron points
Deep
out
revelations with Robert Tamburo.
Well, no, because even Ron points out like the cyclical nature of your mom abused you. Now you get drunk, you abuse Freddy, and hey, Freddy, in a few years maybe you'll get drunk and abuse another intern. And like you get the point. Like,
yeah, I guess.
It feels like almost it would have been anybody who was attacking Fez at that point. Those same threats and feelings would have come out.
It's possible, or it's just possible that that's what he had to work with. He was a small little guy. Freddy was not super. I don't recall him being very heavy. There might have been a nice little
Like
pounder here.
Fullback. Yeah.
Fullback.
But
He wasn't like
it was just.
But he did look like he should be like a 6'2" guy from the 70s, shrunk into a guy who was more 5'2", about like 5'3", 5'4". I don't know how tall he is, but that's the thing. So that's what Fez is gonna work with, and especially when you're hammered, you always go to physical looks.
Well, I mean, it's what you see. You don't have to do much thought behind it.
Yeah.
What else is distinct, and Jared and Archivist kind of picked up on this, is Ron seems genuinely nervous at points when Fez starts to get physical.
Well,
like
he was intense.
This is right after the O&A issue. Like, was there a sense of let's keep this?
What O&A issue?
I believe it was one of their firings or not firings. Maybe it was I forget what it was. There was some incident recently. Was there more concern? Like, had there been like, hey,
I think there was concern, but not necessarily because of a job or this or that, but because Fez was intense. I remember that screaming, and it was like who do you fucking think you are, Freddy? And you could take my spot. Yeah, and it was like, oh shit.
At one point.
And it's the funniest thing. It's St. Patrick's Day. We were supposed to be celebrating, having fun, laughing, playing some music, and it just descended into pure madness.
It did, and one of the things that you even kind of, I don't know if this was a moment of temporary sobriety, but you try to pivot it to a wrestling trivia contest just to try to like break the tension some. Like, let's make it an argument about something.
Where the hell's Chris Pepper Stanley and all this shit?
Probably.
What is he doing?
Throwing you under the bus, Dave.
Jesus.
Man. But you pull in Sam Roberts, and all that happens to Sam is he gets drilled with something. Fez was throwing at Freddy. It misses Freddy and drills Sam, and like he gets seriously hurt.
He gets what?
A bad bruise that you guys are talking about.
You mean Fez threw an object
at Freddy?
What did he throw? A cup.
He threw a cup. He threw
a cup of pens. He threw the cup of pens.
He threw the cup. He threw headphones. He threw a bottle of something. He threw a beer at one point.
Well, I don't know if he threw all of these things.
Now, that may have been radio.
The man, Fez Whatley's a legend, by the way. I think now's the time to
100%.
Give our shout out to Fez.
Even his meltdown was more entertaining than most people's like.
Well, that's true.
Moments.
Yeah, make it glass half full. It was absolutely riveting.
You don't understand how mad Fez is right now.
I know, but
I'm
saying
really
Sam
fucking
is
pissed.
fucking
And
real.
And I want that fat piece of shit intern out of the building.
All right, let's just bring him back in and see if we can't work that out.
Okay.
Let's just work it out and make sure that everything goes all right. Because Fez feels disrespected today. You don't feel like you got the respect that you deserve. All right, here he is. Freddie,
Yes,
I don't know whether you know this, but you got Fez upset.
I thought so.
You think you made the right decision, fat boy?
And
All right.
I never wanted to make Fez upset at all. I love Fez. Everybody
Yeah.
knows that.
All right,
I love talking-
he looks like the good guy, Fez, and you look like the bad guy.
Exactly.
He
That's
swung-
exactly what he's
he
trying
swung-
to do. Even though he fucking calls me out, he's now the fucking good guy because everybody hates Fez. I understand it. I get it by this point.
You've had it, huh?
Nothing personal, Fez.
What?
Fuck you, fatty.
What got you upset?
Fez is my dog. I mean,
All right,
everybody
that
knows
is a
that.
good thing.
I don't want to be your dog.
Why whisper it to him? That's very sexy. Now let's
Gary
get,
Oldman.
let's get into this. What did he do or say, Fezzy, that got you upset?
You know, he comes in here. All I asked for was a beer. That's all I asked for. And then he comes in here and he starts his shit where he's like,
But he-
Fez is only upset because
but
I know more about wrestling than him.
He wants to be your dog.
No, he doesn't.
I do. I really do.
All right, then why would
I
he
want
play
you
this
the
song?
fuck out of the building.
What's wrong, Fez?
I hate this fucking know-nothing bastard.
He's just a kid.
He's an idiot is what he is. He's a fucking retard who has to have everything repeated to him 5, 6 fucking times.
What did you have to repeat to him?
It's not me. It's Chris Stanley. It's Eastside Dave.
Well, we have to tell him.
They have no idea.
Freddie, the kitchen's over there.
You can give
Freddie,
him
the kitchen's
every
over there.
instruction there is, and he needs it repeated 5 or 6 times.
Fez, I want you to stop pooping on me here. I mean,
You want to keep it up?
no, I
Do you seriously want to keep it up?
I wanna
or
be your
do you want
friend.
to walk away from this room right now? Because I ain't putting up with your shit, you little fucking turd.
All right, hold on.
Oh my gosh.
Are you angry with Freddie or are you okay with him?
I fucking despise him. And if he sticks around, he's
Can I-
going to know it every fucking day.
All right, but can I tell
Look
you?
at me. You're going to know it every fucking day. Look at me.
all right, I'm
What do you
looking
want to
at
look
You're
at?
going to look at me
Where do
every
you keep
fucking
looking
day.
instead of him? You're looking other places? He wants you to look at him.
I know. I'm looking at him directly.
Now, Fez, the thing about Freddie is you can tell him something once and it's done. He'll
Never.
take care, huh?
Never.
He doesn't?
This kid's a fucking moron that needs to keep having everything repeated to him over and over again.
You haven't liked him for a while.
No, he's a fucking pain in the ass.
By the way, Freddie, how old are you?
21.
Oh, he's just a kid. Is he? He's 21.
He's the most retarded 21-year-old I've ever met.
I got abortions older than this kid. He's just he's a baby.
For babe.
I'm still trapped Freddy.
He's still trapped Freddie.
Jizz hard.
You don't like the lines he's giving you
Nah,
right there.
I don't want. I don't want heat with Fez.
I know you don't want to heat
You
with
want
him.
heat with me? Why you fucking come after me today?
What? How did he come after you?
Telling me I'm trying to walk into Shady 45. It never happened.
I never said that.
He
to
never
you.
did say it. We got that from Hicks. I know you don't want that fucking kid. Because this thing would have been over right now. He'd busted 2 fucking caps. One in you and one in the fucking witness.
Now my dick hurts, jerk.
You don't even like
What the
fucking.
fuck does that mean?
He's fucking a bad reader. You even said it yourself. Fez, just apologize to the kid because
I
you're a
am
little
not
fucking
apologizing to this fat piece of shit. It's not happening. It's not going to happen. How much longer you got in your internship?
Till May.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
What are you gonna do to him every day, Fezzy?
Whether it's cleaning toilets or whatever I can do.
This is a Marine Corps.
I
We can't
hope
get
so.
away. Well, you know we have HR. We have HR here. They're not gonna let you get away with that.
I just want to make you happy, Fez.
That's
And
all he wants to do.
That's all I want. I don't want any problems with you.
The kid hasn't.
You've already caused them.
The kid hasn't done.
You little fucking fat fucking piece
You know
of
what?
shit.
He's
You've
working.
already caused
Hold on,
it.
can I just say something? The kid's working on his weight. Every fucking day he's trying to work on it. He's trying to do what he can.
But
so
you-
let's not get personal. And remember, he's here from a college. He's here from an internship.
Yeah.
You know, he's doing his best.
He's been good.
He's working his weight. What? By
I
gaining
know.
it?
Well, I know my internship runs out when you're going to stop crying about lettuce wraps.
I'll fucking kill you. I will fucking kill you.
Fezzy, take him outside.
Sam, get in front of
Take
him.
him outside.
Sam, get in front of him.
Come here, you little fucking piece of shit. Come here.
What's wrong?
You got nothing going on. You got absolutely nothing
Why-
going on. You're a fucking little piece of shit pissant that has got nothing going on. Please come back into this room.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Please come back into this room. You fucking man boob.
This is
All right.
Absolutely nothing happening, piece of shit.
this is
All
very
right, all right,
sinister.
take it down a fucking peg, Fezzy. And
Please bring him back in the room.
but he's a kid.
He's not a kid. He's 21 years old. He knows exactly what he's doing. He absolutely
You don't
has
think he's
no
got a point?
He's got no fucking point. You little fat piece of shit with your fucking man boobs. Come on. You want to
Come on,
challenge
he's just
me?
a
Come
little
over
kid.
here. Come over here. You want to challenge me?
All right, Fezzy. Don't punch walls. Yeah, now you hurt your hand, didn't you? Now your hand hurts, right?
Right, because a fucking punching him in his fat gut is going to go all the way through.
All right. You know what? He's going to work on the weight thing. That's his own personal thing.
Freddy's
I
back
have
in the
absolutely no clue he's going to work on the weight thing.
Can I say something right now? Freddy's back in the room and he has a comment
Yeah,
to
okay.
Fez. I think he has an apology, Fezzy. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I just wanted to apologize for you smelling like poo.
You hit Sam.
Hey, Fezzy,
Sam right in the ass.
don't fucking throw stuff.
Hit Sammy right in the ass.
Fezzy.
You know what? Wait till 3 o'clock. Just wait
Is
till
this
3
high
o'clock.
school?
Yes. If that's what it has
The
to
bike
come
racks?
down to, if that's what it has to come down to,
Hey.
you little piece of shit.
Call your mom. Don't go near the bike racks.
Hey.
Call your mom.
Hey, fucking dude, you think you're making points by saying
right.
whatever Dave or what anyone else wants
Why
you to
don't-
say?
why don't you get-
think you're making points with it?
That's his own point.
Wait till 3 o'clock. Wait till 2:55. We'll be in spots.
No, we can't.
We'll be in Settle in Love.
You can't fight an intern, Fez.
Wait for it.
I'm gonna have to go out with Freddy at
Yeah.
2:55. Who would have thought this?
I'm looking right at you.
Who would have thought this show would take a turn? That Freddy had to be walked out of the building. We're in a fucking hard car.
I'm right here, you fucking asshole.
Talk about getting the fucking Irish.
Hey,
This kid
hey.
couldn't be more passive. He's the sweetest boy you'll ever meet in your life.
Hey,
He's adorable.
fuckface. Hey, fuckface.
Yes, I'm listening.
You got everything you want to say at 3 o'clock? I'm downstairs.
All right, first of all,
I'm on 49th Street and 6, you fucking little piece of shit.
we're all here. Now, here's the thing.
Everything
Fez,
you want to say. Keep laughing.
I'm not laughing.
Stop it! Stop it!
Don't get fucking strong.
Stop!
Don't get fucking
Please.
strong, Fezzy.
Please.
I've seen this happen before. He's going to kick him to death.
I know. No
Now,
more.
here's the
please.
thing. This isn't even like a senior beating up a freshman. It's like the fucking principal wants to beat up a fucking freshman. It's not a fair fucking thing.
Relax.
Why you have a slice of pizza, Fez?
Seriously.
I don't want any.
You need some. You don't do that, you don't get out of the green zone. You won't get in the green zone until you finish your pizza.
Have a slice, Fezzy,
Yeah,
please.
he's eating nice now. Have a slice for Freddie.
That's all. Freddy's one of the more, honestly, one of the more.
He's the sweetest kid we've ever had in here.
Seriously, one of the more.
He's a fat shit who doesn't know nothing. He's a fucking retard. He's a fucking Down syndrome patient
No, he's
that
not.
got brought
He's a
up
little
here
slow.
somehow.
Can I
He's
say-
a little slow, but
Down
that's all.
syndrome.
Freddie is the most
Yes,
amiable
Down
person.
syndrome.
Don't
Did
take
I
this
fucking
person.
stutter? You fucking asshole.
All right. Fez, you're fucking coughing up pizza like a fucking animal over here. Take it off the board. Set your pizza and sit yourself down like a gentleman. Who's the gentleman? Fez is.
I am.
Sit down like a gentleman. Show Freddie you know how to sit.
Freddie?
He's not the only one who can sit down. You can sit down too.
Let's all sit down. That's all. Freddie.
Yeah, Freddie.
What were you going to say?
What is it?
I don't want you to choke on that slice of pizza there, fatty.
All right. Fezzy. All right.
Stop it with the
I'm fucking not getting around. He's not gonna disrespect me on my show. It's not gonna happen.
Fezzy, sit down.
It's not gonna happen. You fat piece of
Fezzy,
shit.
Fezzy.
You are nothing.
Fezzy,
You are
Fezzy.
nothing compared to me.
All right, Fezzy, sit down. Sit down. Get a fucking drink of water for yourself. You're all choking on your pizza.
No
you
more.
satisfied, Dave?
No more. No more.
You satisfied? You got him fucking crying?
No more. No more jokes.
All
I
right.
will fucking break your
All
fucking
right, sit
leg.
down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Don't be strong. Don't be strong. All right? Now, guess what? It's all fucking, it's all night. Fez, sit down. Sit the fuck down. Sit down. You're not even being your fucking self right now. Jesus Christ, you had 2 drinks. You're fucking screaming. You
Here,
fucking,
apologies.
yeah.
Freddie.
I apologize, Fez.
There you go. You can't have any more than that. That's great. Everybody's friends again.
Show up again. Show up one more day.
Stop it. Stop it. You're fucking better than this. Sit yourself down. You fucking
I
Fez
think we
Watley.
can get through this, Fez.
All right.
Freddie,
I want
please.
it.
Freddie,
Don't even
Fezzy,
prof.
Fezzy. Hey, stop fucking throwing the microphone.
We're still talking about it today.
And I mean, for someone who was in the room, it was definitely one of the most intense things
Absolutely.
that I had experienced.
I
There's
listened
still.
to it probably 4 times on, getting prepared for this. Every time, still, you're sucked in. You forget that you're doing a job. You're like, this is. Ooh, I have a feeling in my stomach, and I'm not even in
Yeah.
the room.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen Dave
Yeah.
yell at somebody like that. That's crazy. But so Sam gets drilled, and let's be honest, if you had to hit anybody with something, Sam's the guy.
Oh!
He's not part of the staff. He's not the intern. Is my
Primetime
point, but-
Sam Roberts of Opie and Anthony. And then we did special delivery. They're starring Sam and Dave. It's quite possible that's what we were doing in this era.
It may have been.
Yeah,
but you tried to
probably.
bring him in, and so it kind of ends with awkwardness, obviously.
Oh,
as
yeah.
Fez is like, "Don't come back."
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Ron's
yeah.
like, "No, come back."
Yeah.
And we have to wait a week.
I mean, technically, look, the bottom line is this would be obviously fireable behavior if it's not radio. It was radio. It's a drinking show. Fez, and there may have been, I can't speak for Fez, but he may have also been having a thought of performing too. Like, hey, maybe this is going well, and I'll go with this because it certainly was captivating. And so maybe,
absolutely
you know, because like, especially when you're loaded, you know, you're not always, sometimes you're thinking, you know, I'm performing, but it comes across as a lot more intense maybe.
Yeah, sometimes
It's difficult to gauge that performance and like shooting working meter like as a wrestling radio person.
and that's just on the best of days.
Yeah.
If there's underlying animosity or there are other feelings there.
I mean, I never thought there was before this.
I'm
but
not even saying with that, but
with Fez and Freddy, I mean.
that does come up during the apology, and it may just be Ron stirring the shit too, going, no, you say stuff when you're drunk that you think when you're sober.
Some people,
Like, to
sometimes,
some extent.
but not always. Sometimes
But
you
I'm
just
saying
make up
even on the best
bullshit.
of days, it may just be, I'm tired of hearing your voice. I'm going to argue with you. And then you add in, it's been a drinking show.
Yeah.
Everybody, you never know.
Yeah.
But the show ends, and we don't hear about it for a week because Freddie doesn't come in Monday because you had to take Stan to the hospital.
Okay.
And he's like,
So I wasn't in?
if my mentor's not in, I'm afraid of Fez. I'm not coming in.
Wait, so Freddie didn't show up to work because I wasn't there to protect him?
Yep, 100%.
Well, Fez was not going to beat him up. I mean, what kind of behavior is this? He wasn't going
and
to
again, this may
beat
be-
up a kid. I mean, what?
This may be a bit of a work for the air. too, to
Yeah,
make
it
it a bigger
probably
deal.
is.
But Braun comes in and he's like, Freddie, I got to be honest. I didn't think you were coming back. Like, with how Fez treated you. And, we had to wait a week because you didn't come in until today. And he goes, yeah, I wasn't coming in Monday without Dave, my mentor here. And so then Fez apologizes.
Oh, see,
and
look at
he
this.
Says he overreacts. And you would think
That's it.
that's the end of it, right? But
Well,
then
that's a
Fez
great
goes,
episode.
I-
Good night, everyone. What?
I think I'm entitled to some apologies, too.
Well, I've always apologized to you after my meltdowns. Is that not the case?
To apologizing? Oh, yeah, 100% to me. No, I'm saying Fez said that, not me.
Oh, okay.
No, Fez goes, I think I'm entitled to some apologies. And so
Oh,
Freddie,
Fez said that?
yeah,
To Freddie?
after
No.
he gives his apology,
No.
Fez says that. Yeah.
And what did Freddie say? Because now I'm actually getting nervous. Don't tell me that I wrote lines for him.
Well,
Please tell me that Freddie just apologized and that's it, because I don't want that. Please.
Freddie says, I'm sorry as well. I didn't mean to irritate you.
Perfect.
And I'd like to accept Fez's apology.
Excellent.
And I think in order for us to put all this behind us, Fez should take me to WrestleMania.
Fez should take me to WrestleMania.
Now you might say, well, was it at MetLife?
By the way, Fez Wally's a wrestling fan too. It doesn't sound that bad.
That's what Ron says. He goes, hey, you guys bonded over
Yeah.
wrestling. This is great.
And yes.
Until Fez points out that it's Saturday, as in the next day.
That's right. It was in New York.
No, in
Oh.
Arizona.
In Arizona.
And Ron goes, you can get tickets.
We do. I mean, we were working in New York City. You get a flight anywhere from New York, for crying out loud. You get there.
And it kind of gets
That's
pushed
hysterical.
down a little bit. And then Fez goes, I'd like an apology from Dave. And you go, I apologize for writing lines for Freddie.
Good. See?
And I'd also like to go to WrestleMania. Everyone goes, great idea. I think we should all go to WrestleMania.
We should have went to WrestleMania. That would have been the best.
No.
That would have been the best trip of all time.
Did you guys plan this ahead of time? Now, when there's a big issue like that, I could imagine that there's a behind-the-scenes talk, and then there's we present this to the radio.
Yeah.
Or were you and Ron just on the same page of poking the bear that is Fez? Because the way you guys play off of each other here is just brilliant.
The thing with Freddy with WrestleMania, I want to give that to Freddy because it's just hysterical, and I don't recall sitting down and writing anything. But again, it's so long ago. But that is funny, and yeah, we're just having a little fun. Come on, and everyone's sober. Don't forget on this day. It's a week later. Everyone's sober. And it's just a little fun. There's no chance of it becoming a runaway train that goes firmly off the rails.
No.
The way it was the week previous because we were loaded. I mean, Fez and I were. And like I said, I really was loaded.
Oh, yeah. You could tell. You could hear your voice.
Yeah.
But as the apology happens, it keeps coming back to Ron going, but you said those things. You were drunk and you said those things. My favorite intern, the redheaded chick, comes in and she's like, yeah, I'm a bartender. You say your sober thoughts when you're drunk. You don't just come up with random things. I've always said that. And they kind of poke the bear with Fez a little bit.
I guess that
Comes
rule
back
is
to you looking up StubHub tickets for WrestleMania. Goes back to them bringing up that Fez clearly meant these things. Goes back to you looking at prices for WrestleMania. And it just kind of works Fez.
StubHub, baby. That's pretty awesome.
You guys do all chant that at one point.
StubHub, 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 StubHub. Yeah, I mean, I think it was a big development. To me, it sounds like we're having a little fun there. I don't think Fez was upset.
No.
Too upset at this.
And it kind of ends there.
Good. That's a good way to end it.
Yeah. That incident behind you. Now, as we pointed out, that is one of the reasons you weren't allowed to do drinking shows anymore because of the meltdown. And
True.
Perhaps that's a good ramification.
I feel like we did ultimately do another drinking show.
Oh, yeah.
But
you did.
Me.
A few months later, in the thing we covered last episode,
Oh,
the
right.
drinking show.
Yeah.
This is one of the incidents Ron mentioned when he was like, we aren't supposed to do this because of Fez.
Right.
This was the St. Patrick's Day issue that we couldn't figure out what he meant, but this is the one that it was. It was the meltdown on Fast Freddy. And that's the end of the meltdown. The next time we hear about Freddy is what you'll hear about right after this very brief commercial message.
Cue the spotlight on Rusty Ramapo, a legendary name from an era of cinematic allure that's long gone, yet refuses to be forgotten. Once a titan in the adult film industry, Rusty's charisma and charm knew no bounds. These days, Rusty's idea of action might involve a little less action, but don't be fooled. He's still got the swagger, the confidence, the unmistakable twinkle in his eye. Sure, the days of glitz and glamour might be behind him, but Rusty Ramapo isn't one to fade into obscurity. No, sir. He's still got it, and he's not shy about showing it. From the silver screen to the golden years, Rusty Ramapo is a testament to living life to the fullest, no matter the stage. He's a reminder that age is just a number and passion never retires. Stay tuned for more tales of Rusty Ramapo, the man, the myth, the legend, because Rusty's story is far from over.
And no surprise, we are back to talk about the end of the Fast Freddy saga. And now, as we teased before, we're going to talk about... Why did you say yes?
I don't know.
What the fuck was that? You going to rape me now? What are we doing here?
You just smoked some pot, so I just felt like, kind of freaking you out a little bit, and apparently it worked.
It worked.
I see your eyes glazed, and that's fine. You're a habitual marijuana smoker, so we could still function on this. Me, this has not been a drinking show for me. I'm just having a nice water.
It's good it hasn't been a drinking show for you.
But yes, now we're going to get into beard porn.
Well, before we get into beard porn, we have to set it up, which is,
of course.
When did you come up with the idea for beard porn?
Well, okay, so
because
don't we do bowling?
Well, that's my question.
Okay,
because yes, Fast Freddy says he is a 250 average bowler.
Okay, this was my funniest. I mean, again, there's so many things I love about Freddy. To brag about being a 250 average 250 at bowling when the perfect score is 300 means he's a fucking insane bowler. So I wanted to see this fucking shit. I wanted to see this kid in action. And I believe we had another intern at the time.
No.
Former intern
Nico. Yep.
Who is great guy, by the way. I'm still in contact with him.
Oh.
And just every once in a while, like a little Instagram message back and forth. But Nico, and he was funny. He was a funny kid. He had a dry sense of humor.
He did.
But was actually quite comical.
And kind of was coined the loser. Not in the sense of like he was a loser in life, but any bet he entered, he tended to fail.
Lost,
yeah.
right. But as an intern goes, he was very good.
Right, and made great error. And even in this, came in and was like, they were like, do you think you could beat him? What was your average? He was like 182.
Yeah, so we brought back Nico, who's no longer an intern. We brought him back to face off against Fast Freddy, and I was convinced, just with how he's talking. Who the fuck would claim to get a 250?
It sounded like Nico was just around. So was this a planned
Nico
bet?
lived in New York at the time.
But was it a planned bet is what I'm asking?
No.
Or did it just happen? He bragged spontaneously.
Freddie bragged spontaneously.
And then Nico was brought in because he lived in New York.
And we knew from his last semester that he bowled, and he even showed us his bowling glove one time.
Because he showed up to a bowling party that you were having with Mr. Kumia?
Yes! Oh my God, I forgot about that. Oh, and yeah, Anthony just had a bowling party. And Nico was there.
To be clear, though, it was a party at a bowling alley where you would bowl some and have fun.
It was a private thing.
It wasn't
a show.
No. More importantly, it wasn't like a league. You guys weren't bowling competitively.
Well, why
at this drinking party where it was clearly just set up to get girls, Nico shows up and pulls out his own ball and wrist guard.
Why it was funny? I mean, no, a lot of guys brought their chicks. So it wasn't necessarily to get girls, but women were there. It was a party. It was a hang. I'm not sure, and maybe he overheard us talking, or maybe we discussed it on the air briefly. But I'm not sure Nico was ever invited. That's why we laughed. He showed up to a party that was,
not for him.
But I mean, at the same time, I knew him. So, yeah, fuck it. Come on, you be on my team.
Absolutely.
I wasn't going to get mad at that. I thought, what the fuck? The more the merrier type of attitude. Nico, you bowl with me. So I did see Nico. I did see him in action.
And Ron said even all of that would have been fine. Because like he said, thank God Dave was there to bring you under the wing. It wouldn't have been a problem.
Yeah.
Then Nico pulled out his wrist brace.
Yeah, he actually,
with.
yes.
And Ron goes, that's where we had the problem.
Full-on glove. It wasn't just the hand. It went all the way down, almost to his elbow. It was a full-on fucking glove. All of a sudden, he's looking like the fucking Terminator or something. The whole goddamn glove, right arm is pretty much covered with this fucking glove of Nico. I'm like, what the hell?
You don't do that at this type of party.
No one's wearing gloves at all.
You know what you do at this type of party? You start throwing funny shots, right? Do something just to make
right.
It's not
no,
about.
I mean, you're bowling, but you're drinking, having fun. Listen, when I play sports, I always compete. It's like, if I'm going to bowl, I'm going to try and get strikes every time. It's not like I'm fucking jerking off, just throwing the ball haphazardly. Davey Mack, and listen, buddy, I've had some big scores. Okay, Bobby? I had a fucking score where I got to 176 at the goddamn bowling alley on Route 35, which is only 2 miles from here, Bobby. That's my goddamn bowling alley, and they tore it down. They just tore it down, Bobby. The fucking thing had been there since 1985. It was the spot at the Jersey Shore for bowling parties. And they tore it down, Bobby.
It was amazing the number of clarifications you had to put in there. It was the number one spot at the Jersey Shore for bowling.
Between 1985 and 1989.
Yeah. You keep putting in the clarification.
But, so I'd seen Nico bowl, and Nico was good. I don't think he put up a huge score, but I think Nico was around 150. And that's a good score, as far as I'm concerned.
The most consistent I ever did bowling in my life was my grandpa and I would go every time we visited. So it'd be like once every 4 months.
And what'd you put up?
Probably 100 average.
100.
Yeah, and I mean, I
On
was
the
in, like,
nose.
4th grade, somewhere
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
around that line.
okay.
Like I was never good, but even
Yeah.
some of the things that come out about how Freddy bowled, like even I was putting some spin on the ball.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot brag about being a 250 average shooting bowler.
That wasn't even the most atrocious brag. That's the one that gets focused on. But he said he also bowled a 298.
Yeah,
And
again.
even after it's all revealed, refused to back down from that's 2 pins in the final
Two pins.
frame.
And what
in
happened?
The final fucking frame.
In the final frame. And so what happened? He just choked on
he
those
says
last
this-
fucking shot.
Well, yeah, exactly.
He
Right.
got an 8.
Yeah.
After throwing strike, he gets an 8.
Completely
So
missed the
he
split.
is claiming he shot a 298 because my high score of like 174, 76, whatever it was, is legit. And as an average bowler, I was around 125 when I was playing.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I
But
mean,
again,
I was never
you
in a
weren't doing that
league
consistently.
Right,
Yeah.
right. We're talking 2 or 3 times a
He
year.
says those 2 facts. Ron brings in Nico and goes, Nico, what's your average? And he goes, like 180, 182.
That seems realistic.
He goes, do you think you could beat him? And Nico just looks Ron dead in the eyes. He goes, absolutely.
This is a great standoff between 2 fantastic interns who are totally delusional and insane. Insane in the membrane.
And Ron even points it out. He goes, normally, Nico, you're the consummate loser. I'm never going to back you in anything. But for once, I think you're spot on, buddy. You're on my side.
Well, because
And you know
he's
what?
telling the truth.
I want to see some action on this.
Yeah.
Fezzy, for once, you're on my side as well. It's you, me, and Nico versus Fast Freddy and his 2 backers.
Oh, me
Dave
and Pepper.
And Pepper.
Yeah, we were backing him.
And you go, what are we going to bet here? Like $20?
Yeah.
And Ron goes, 1,000. And you go, come on, Ron, we don't have that much money. And
So-
Ron goes, okay, I'll give you this commercial break to come up with something as equally humiliating as $1,000. And you go to commercial break.
Oh, boy.
Now, at what point in your life did you come up with the idea of recreating beard porn?
Well, that was, I think, something that Chris Pepper Stanley and I one day had discovered online
Yes.
somewhere and said, and I don't even know if we were going to be using it or maybe or maybe it was a special delivery show prep or something. But all of a sudden, there's YouTube videos started popping off. They were called beard porn videos, where all the men do, to clarify what a beard porn is very nicely rub beards on each other.
No
It's
sex,
just it's
no
no sex.
blowjobs,
There's
if
no
you say at
sex.
one
Yeah, I know
point.
the word porn is in it, but there's no sex. It's just 2 men. They can be fully clothed, and they just very nicely.
To be clear, though,
Rub-
it is homoerotic.
Oh, it's quite it's quite the thing to
Just
see.
like that is the intent. Is
yeah, I mean,
homoeroticism.
you'd imagine they're both men.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, men rubbing beards. That's the beard porn. I said, you know what? Let's do it, baby.
Okay. Because I've seen a lot of things on the internet in my life.
Yeah.
There's most of them I go, I don't want to recreate that.
Right.
You saw beard porn. Now, if I were to stumble across that, it might be the straw that broke my back
Yeah.
into unaliving myself. But I would at no point go, I should recreate that with somebody. What made you go, that's something we should do as a bet punishment? And I mean,
we
let's be
were
honest.
both laughing, and I won't even say it was just me. I do remember us both in the office laughing at this beard porn, but it was just funny and creepy. Yes, of course, it was creepy. It's funny and disturbing, and I'm like, this is perfect for us.
I apologize for my tone. This may have come across as me attacking. I think
No,
what
you're
I'm
not
trying
attacking.
To point out is some of your brilliance. Is
Oh,
like,
no.
You go, this is me. I can do this. For
No,
radio."
I wasn't taking it as attacking,
Okay.
but I want to give Chris Pepper stand. I want to be as honest in Tales from the Cell as I can, and I want to take credit for stuff that isn't 100% mine. Although now that I think about it, I do feel like the beard porn
Well, and-
idea was mine.
It was because you come on air and Chris does not want to do it. It is clear from that point. He is like, Dave really had to talk me into this, and you offer beard porn that you and Chris will
Right.
recreate a beard porn scene if Fast Freddy doesn't beat Nico.
Right. Yes. That's what it was.
It gets brought in that Nico will be the 3rd gentleman who enters and will also be involved in the
Wait,
beard
it was
porn.
me and Chris will rub the beards.
We'll recreate beard porn.
If
Nico
Fast Freddy-
will also come in, or Fast Freddy will also come in and be the 3rd member of the team. It gets debated, what will you wear?
Right.
It comes down to tighty whities.
Yes, we just our underwear. Unlike some of the beard porn videos where the men might even be wearing flannel, shirts, looking very rugged and manly, we decided, if we're going to be doing beard porn, let's go all the way. Let's make it sexy. And me and Tidy Whitey's very sexy for a lot of people. It's true. You don't have to laugh at that. Go ahead.
Behind the scenes,
Yes.
what happens during that talk? Because you guys know you're going to be doing whatever humiliating task you.
Well,
put
no,
on.
we thought we were going to win.
You genuinely thought. What gave you the
I
impression?
100% thought I was going to win. The fucking kid told me 250. He averaged 250.
Dave, you're not that dumb. You're not that dumb.
Robert, I believed him. Who the fuck says that shit?
Retards who are lying about how good they are at bowling.
Please, Robert. I mean, I said I hit 389 in high school. You know why? I hit 389.
Yeah, and you know
then
what?
They found out that it was JV. Well, that was the only team that I wanted to play on. I didn't try out for varsity when I was eligible. I was a sophomore. That's all you. That was the team you play on in sophomore. But I didn't lie. He said 250.
Even with bumpers,
Motherfucker.
250's an astronomically high.
I know,
bowling
but if I'm
score.
saying 389 in high school, I'm telling you the truth. If he's telling me I'm a sportsman. I'm a sportsman. You don't fucking bullshit about that. So if he says 250, I go, all right, this kid's going to fucking destroy Nico. I saw Nico at Anthony's bowling party, and while he was okay, I think like I said, 140, 145. Freddy's 250. If Freddy has a shitty game, Freddy's going to get 200. That is what I said to Pepper. If Freddy has a shitty game, he's going to get 200.
Did Pepper go something along the lines of, "You're out of your fucking mind, Dave? There's no way this kid gets even close to 200?
He did say, so I'll give him credit, he did say, like, what if he's exaggerating? He did say that.
And you said, even if he's exaggerating, he's so much better because nobody would go.
I couldn't imagine someone saying that they average 250 and not mean it. So I refuse to believe that Freddie was lying or exaggerating in any way. I truly believed him. And yes, I had to convince Chris Pepper Stanley because he's like, well, I mean, he might. We haven't even seen him. Oh, yes, that's what he kept saying. We haven't seen him bowl before. Why are you doing this bet? We haven't seen him bowl. You saw Nico bowl. Why are we doing this? I'm like, dude, he says 250. If his fucking game sucks, he's going to get 175. He's better than Nico.
Has he ever mentioned that he bowled before? No, this is the first time he's brought it up on air.
I mean, there's a lot of flaws in my thinking. What the fuck do you want from me?
I'm just trying to get in your mindset. Was there any discussion of what would happen if he lost?
We'd have to do the beard porn. You're going to pay it off.
Okay. That was why I just wanted to clarify. Did Chris
The
bring it
king
up,
of the payoff is never not going to pay it off. I am the king of the payoff. That is that everyone knows that.
We've documented it on here before.
100% of the time.
The only bet you did not pay off your entire time on Ron and Fez was staying away from Casey because you found out she was pregnant with your first child. That's the only time you didn't ever pay off a bet. It was because of that, because you had to be there to be a good father.
Right. Okay.
We have
and that's a real life situation.
No, but I'm saying that's my point. That's
being
the
there
only,
for the kid. Yeah.
We have it well documented from Bennington the whole way down.
King of the payoff.
The only time you ever
from
had
Ron
to
and
do that.
Fez to O&A. Special delivery starting Sam and Dave. Davey Mac Sports Program. Eastside Dave Show. Shit, bro. Yaddle chattel.
You guys bet a lot on there?
Not once.
Okay, you should. That would be a lot of fun.
You know what? I'm going to tell him.
Yeah.
Next time, we're going to fucking bet.
You
We're
should
going
bet.
to do
Yeah,
something.
Come up with something. I know you guys are on your holiday break.
Oh, wait. I tried to get him into a bet. You know how Jared, we're speaking of Jedi Jared, that's my co-host on Yaddle Chattel, but he's applicable here because he is one of the three guys, the producers, Bobby Tamburo, Ron and Fez Archivist, and Jedi Jared Fishman. But of course, White Jared, Cream Pie Jones, sure, he's appeared on this.
Yeah, and he appeared on here as our first guest.
I tried to get him in a bet where he would grow his hair back in because he's going bald in a big time way, but he's still only 35. And I said, please grow your hair back in because then I want to see. What's going on.
It's really amazing that Pepper still has his hair. Because it seems like everybody else who is a producer
he's never
of yours,
losing that. Yeah.
it slowly recedes.
Oh, hell yeah.
And by slowly, I mean it very
we're
quickly.
all aging.
I'm
the same motherfucking, I'm
no,
Captain Charisma. No matter how old I get, I'm going to be
Bullshit.
fucking 80, and I'm going to still bring the goddamn fucking lightning.
Bullshit,
I'm still going
we're
to bring
all
the
aging.
electricity.
Dave, you've gotten better looking since the satellite years.
See?
Like,
Ladies.
you've thinned out. Your beard's better. You've gotten better
How
looking.
about if I do the duck?
Okay, maybe don't do the duck.
The Zoolander, duck face.
Blue steel. Yeah. So, okay.
But that's I genuinely believed Fast
You
Freddy.
genuinely
I
believed it.
genuinely
Okay, so
believed
you guys
it.
make the bet.
No, but that logic isn't good.
No, that's terrible logic, dude.
If someone says to you that they average 250, what's their motivation? I talked to him about this off the air. This isn't like me saying absolute bullshit and trying to have the fucking whack bag marks all believe it so that they could get angry.
Oh, no,
in a fucking
absolutely.
absolute concerted effort for myself to get myself over as a heel.
Absolutely.
This was a private conversation where Freddie told me he averages 250 in the bowling alley. I'm like, you do what now? You're a fucking great bowler.
For me in life, one of the things I learned in intramural sports, and I know I'm going on one of my philosophical things, but it's how good you think you are versus how good you actually are is an important ratio. The closer it is to 1, the minute a guy goes, I'm a 250 bowler, I go, I don't think you're good at bowling at all. I don't want you on my team.
Okay. All right.
You know what I mean? That's my
All right.
the one sport I beat you in at the Davey Mac.
That's right.
Live
It was-
sports was basketball.
Awful performance on my part.
But
I want a rematch in that, by the way.
oh, we should do that soon. But
Okay.
anytime I bring up basketball, I'm not sitting here going, I'm a great I can shoot. All right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's the lack of confidence is almost
Oh,
when I see
100%.
somebody's good. So
100%.
that's why I think it was a bad bet.
All right.
But you guys make it. And here's where I really know it's a bad bet because Ron does not allow any prep. He doesn't allow people to get their equipment. He goes, we're going right from here to the Port Authority to do this for Fez's birthday.
That was great.
And as a result, I go, oh, Ronnie knows. He's not letting these marks figure out how bad he is at bowling. They're not going to – he's solidifying it right
because
here.
if we had seen Freddie, we would have had to have scrambled and figured out a new solution. We only offered the beard porn because we never
would win.
expected
Yeah,
to
yeah.
to do it.
So the show goes on because this is kind of at the beginning of the show, and callers are calling in, pointing out like missing one pin in a frame is going to end you at like 220. So if you average 250, that means you're not missing pins. You're just getting spares instead of strikes, and like really pointing out how good this is.
That's so he's a spare guy?
Well, no. The point being, like, it's
Yeah.
not. You're not leaving any pins up.
Right.
The difference between a 220 score and a 300 is I got X number of strikes
Gotcha.
versus spares. It's
Yeah.
not about leaving pit. Like,
Yeah,
this guy
yeah.
has to be a really good bowler. Do you understand that? Like, you have
No.
your own ball.
I didn't know what the fuck. All I knew was perfect game. If a perfect game is 300, right?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
That is the rule, right?
Yep.
Then 250 has to be fucking great. I mean, I'm a bowler, but I don't watch the goddamn PBA except for that one fucking guy who did, you think you are? I am. Pete Weber.
Yeah. It beats the shit.
Who do you think you are? I am.
So the
Who
way
do you think you are? I am. That's the greatest fucking quote in
Oh,
the history of
absolutely.
sports.
So the way bowling works is you have 10 frames, 10 pins, right? So the most you could get if you knock down all the pins is 100. If you get a strike,
Yeah.
you get to add the next 2 in. So your next 2 throws get added to that frame. So if you get a strike, and a strike, the most you could get is 30.
Gotcha.
So the difference would be if you get a spare, it's the next throw. So
Gotcha.
if you got a spare and
Okay.
then a strike, it'd be worth 20 instead of 30. That's where the numbers
All right.
are coming in. If you start leaving pins up, like let's say you get a 6 in a frame,
Yeah.
you're losing 24 points out of a possible 300 is what
Okay.
people were pointing out. But then
All
it
right.
became a debate of, is it total pins they get down for these
Yeah.
3 games? Is it, or
No, just yes. Total pins, just the score.
no, it was you, and this was good on your part. You were like, no, we should make it head to head. That way, if you win one game and have a really bad game, you're never really out of it. And then the callers call in and go, it should be a combination of the two. So you go, all right, we'll do that. And it turns out none of it mattered because you get to the bowling alley.
Oh my God.
The first frame, Freddy gets beat 120 to like 90.
He didn't break 100 on the first game.
Yeah.
100.
And
At this point, I'm like, oh no, we are fucked.
as we find out on the next episode, Ron asks Pepper, he goes, when did you know it was over? And Pepper goes, the first ball he threw.
The first frame in the first game was terrible.
The first ball he threw, he knocked down one pin.
Yeah. He was.
Dave,
What?
one pin. It'd be one thing if he threw a gutter ball and you're like, oh, he's just getting loose.
I swear to
But
God. So I asked him, and I was having some beers too. But I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, Freddie, you know what the fuck is at stake here? We got to do a goddamn beard porn because of you. Now, fucking, what's going on? And he goes, I'm just really nervous. I'm just super nervous. That's all. I'll do much better. But he was like so funny. He was like, I'm just super nervous. And I'm like, okay, well.
get less nervous,
Yeah, I
dude.
mean, like, what do we do? Can I get you a beer? Like, he was just saying it like as if, like, well, that's the reason that I will suck. I'm going to continue to suck because I'm just super nervous today. I'm playing like shit. It wasn't like I'm going to fix it. He's like, yeah, I'm just super nervous today.
He
All
also-
my shots are awful. I'm like, yeah, I know, Freddie.
We're watching. He
We're
also
watching.
couldn't find a ball that fit his hand right.
It was one goddamn disaster after another. Nico's got his fucking Terminator 2 arm with his bowling glove apparatus that he's got on, and I got this fucking kid who doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Get smoked first game. They play a second game. Nico throws it, so that it's a tie going into the final.
Yeah. Nico was better that day.
It was tied. Nico had 2 balls to throw in the last frame, and he threw 2 gutter balls. Ron said he did it clearly on purpose, just so that they would keep talking about Nico. He wanted to be the center of attention for a third game. Smokes him in the
And but he destroys Freddie in the third game, and he did throw that second game. He wanted 2 out of 3. Let's make it dramatic.
And this is where you can kind of see some of the Fez dislike of Freddie, because just the joy with which he presents the numbers the next day. And he got 99 in the first game, Ronnie, and 121 in the second, and 130 in the third, and that means his average is 120. Not even half of the 250, Ronnie. Not even half. Sorry about my terrible Fez impression, but you get the gist. I was hoping you'd bail
Not
me
even
out.
half, Ronnie. He got a 99 in the first game, 121, and then 130. Not even half what he claimed, Ron. That is fucking great. He was never a 250 bowler. The little piece of shit. And he had me in his corner. Why lie to me? You got to treat me like your lawyer. You tell the Dave man the truth. You lie to every other motherfucker. Work the whole goddamn universe for all I care, but give me the shoot.
What's funny is in the notes here from Jedi Jared, one of the questions is, Dave was too enthusiastic about Freddy's bowling abilities.
I apparently
It was
was.
too obvious, clearly a work.
Let me tell you, Jedi Jared, you have no feel for people. Every Tales from the Satellite episode, we are determined to be 100% honest. I mean, there's no reason to do it if I'm not going to be honest. So I've told you every work and every shoot. This was not a work. This is someone who is, as I said, a sports enthusiast. Quite frankly, a sports caster. Been doing the goddamn sports on the Rat 95.9 The Rat. I've had professional sports shows that exist on Sirius XM and now
Number one on iTunes.
Number 1 on iTunes. So go check it out. It's the number 1 sports podcast in the world, the Davey Max Sports Program. So as a sports fan, Freddie, he lured me because I couldn't imagine he would lie about that number. I thought 250, maybe he's bumping it up, but that probably means he's like 238, 241. Like, that's what it means, 238, 241 to me.
That's baseball. That's what you base this on, Dave. Fucking baseball.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I love you, but you base it like a guy was. Anyway.
If he...
Anyway, we find out.
You're right. I should have seen him bowl first. But sometimes I get excited.
Even when you guys were putting up beard porn, Ron was already like, I don't like that Chris is offering to do this. He's never been the stunt boy.
Right.
Why, Chris? Why? And Chris.
It's a bet.
Chris, it's a bet. I'm the company man, and it was a mistake. And then Ron,
Big mistake. It was a big fucking mistake.
As
But we made the bed. It's time to lie in it.
But even as they're starting to discuss it that day, Ron's like, I think I'm going to let Chris out of this. Dave,
Yeah.
would you let Chris out of this? Fez, would you? And you are like, no, not if I don't get out of it. And
That's why Pepper owes me the favor to this day. Because Chris Pepper Stanley got let out of it, didn't he?
He did. He sure did. And you know what?
Fez Watley stepped up. So let's give Fez. I mean, really, it's really Pepper owes Fez, doesn't he?
Big time.
Okay? But at the same time, he kind of owes me because if I had to do it, he should have had to do it.
Well,
Quite frankly, this is what I'm saying right now. All these years later, I want him to do a beard porn.
You do at one point get frustrated and you're like, Ron, you're letting
him off the hook.
And Ron goes, yeah, and that should tell you something about our relationship. And he goes, but you're not letting me off the hook. And he goes, yeah, and that should tell you something about our relationship.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Chris Pepper Stanley needs to be on the hook. Yeah, but it's also the audience. Chris, you owe a goddamn beard porn.
Well, I think we've said the word beard porn enough that at this point we should just show the audience.
Show the audience beard
resulted. And a former intern, I believe, Dustin, maybe? Someone came back to video it for you.
Yeah, wow. Dustin.
Did not make your list of top 5, but no,
I
he
apologize. But thank you for coming back and shooting it. I was in my tighty whities.
You were in your tighty whities, and it was your phone. There was a huge debate of how long you should shoot it. Should it be 40 seconds so you could upload it from work, or should it be longer? And Ron goes, let's do 4 parts. And that way we can upload each 40-second chunk. And
oh, yeah, that's how we did it.
It gets kind of choreographed. And right before, with Chris involved of the choreographing, you go to break, come back, and Ron goes, and get in there, Fez. And Fez goes, what? And he goes, yeah, I'm letting Chris out of it. So why?
Well, Fez and I would, with Fez, there's a funny
not
thing.
you and Fez. We've never seen Ron let somebody off the
Off
hook
the
easily.
hook with Chris Pepper Stanley.
Or even
Don't know.
kind of preemptively came in and set it up like, I'm going to let him off the hook if this happens, and then let him off. Like, why did he get that protection?
I don't know. Listen, I don't know. And, I love Ron, so I don't know. But Chris Pepper Stanley definitely owes the Ron and Fez audience. He owes me, and he owes the wonderful departed Fez Watley a beard porn at some point, and we want to see him in underwear rubbing beards with someone.
We're certainly going to give it a shot.
Something.
With the capabilities of AI.
But to answer your question, I don't know, Robert. I don't know. Was Chris Peppers, is he the cool guy? Is he the cool guy in the group? I guess that's the thing. Maybe he was the cool one, and so you don't want to get the
okay
beard porn.
Yeah, hey, and I mean,
on the internet when you're the cool one,
absolutely.
I guess.
Even Kathleen.
But I think it's cool to give it your all and to fucking go, to give your heart and soul, your body and mind to the audience, to the people, which is what I have done my entire goddamn life.
And it does.
And continue to do so.
But it does take all types to make the world go round and the show work, right? Fez, obviously the stunt person of Ron and Fez, versus Ron, who was kind of the cool guy.
Right.
So you need
Ron is
Yeah.
the cool
so maybe
one.
he saw, hey, Pepper's headed down one path. Let's keep him down that. Who knows?
So I was in a Fez type of thing, and Pepper is in a Ron category, is what you're saying. Which, by the way, it's an interesting observation if that's what you're saying, and I'm not saying I would necessarily disagree with it.
There are some people whose willingness to do anything to make the show work is what their brilliance lies in. That's you. You do the show.
And Fez
prep.
was like that.
You've got characters.
100%.
Fez the same way.
I mean,
Think about
Fez is
everything.
the ultimate.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
a Hitler mustache, by the way.
Then there are some people who just their refusal to do prep and just their ability to just show up and kind of roll with what's on their mind is where their brilliance lies. And I think Ron's definitely that way. The number of times you see him walk into another show and just be the man because whatever topics there. And I think Pepper's very much they are who they are. They're not going to bend or break, and that's why I made that comparison. I don't think it's
but I mean,
a stereotype or
so I'm bending and breaking.
No, you're bending and breaking your back to make the show work.
Oh, okay.
The show needs a guy who's willing to drink until he pukes.
Okay,
that's you know what I mean. We've talked about your willingness to do whatever it takes.
Effort.
You're
what I am is how do I consider Patrick Mahomes is what I would be. Which is
Christian McCaffrey.
You're
a receiver. You're a running back. You're a quarterback. You do whatever the show.
Yeah, but I was also thinking about the versatility within the quarterback position itself.
Got you.
How he could, throw with left hand, throw it right hand, run with the football, throw the ball, scramble to throw, and then scramble to run. Do all these fucking things. No look passes now. He's doing shuffle, no look passes like he's Magic Johnson. That's the type of game I have in radio. It's a Patrick Mahomes type of game.
Okay, definitely. And
that's what I would say.
Then there's Tom Brady's.
And then I would say Chris Pepper Stanley's like a Keith Richards.
Oh, okay.
And that's not that's obviously a compliment. But what I'm saying is it's just different.
I would have gone Warren Sapp.
Warren Sapp.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we're going to do football, you're saying Warren Sapp.
Yeah, get out of his way. He is...
is it because he got arrested on Super Bowl Eve with a prostitute? That's why I'm smiling.
I didn't even know that. That's
okay,
so funny.
Okay, interesting. Because I thought the Warren Sapp thing came with the buying an escort on Super Bowl Eve.
I had no idea.
He was retired. It was like
When did Chris retire?
Warren Sapp was fucking retired. And so, but a lot of these former football players go to the Super Bowl to party.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't
so
realize.
Warren Sapp got
I
that.
was saying he's just kind of. He's a force to be reckoned with.
Oh, yeah.
You just get on
number
the train.
99.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. But anyway,
still, he got off the hook, didn't he?
100%.
He owes me a beard porn, don't he?
He definitely owes you a beard porn.
Fucking A, though.
And I think what we're going to try to do is see if we can use some of this AI technology to see if we can make it happen. So if it does, that'll go in here. If not, it'll be a sleeve song.
Well, I love that.
Chris Stanley likes to suck on your dick and he'll lick your balls too. Chris Stanley will suck everyone's dick. Blacks, Spanish, and Jews, he wants to suck your dick. Chris Stanley licks your balls too. He really likes to suck dick. Line up, you blacks and Jews. He wants to suck your dick.
No, I don't.
Please just stand and line up.
Not sucking anybody's dicks. Contrary to what that song is saying.
If there's a dick around, Chris Stanley's gonna suck it down. If there's a dick around, Chris Stanley's gonna make it drown. Stanley, suck a dick. If he's not here again this time tomorrow, he's got it, sucking all that dick. Up the butthole. For Stanley likes it up the butthole.
All right.
Not from a woman's finger, but a man's penis. Up the butthole. His name is Chris Stanley. He likes to suck dick. Come on over and give him a stick. He likes to lick balls. He likes to sniff ass. Come on his face and come have a blast. I'm all about that dick, no pussy. I'm all about that dick, no pussy. Chris Stanley theme song.
Chris Stanley likes to suck on your dick and he'll lick your balls too. Chris Stanley will suck everyone's dick. Black, Spanish, and Jews. He wants to suck your dick. Chris Stanley licks your balls too. He really likes to suck dick. Line up, you blacks and Jews.
Well, Dave, that's pretty much the tale of beard porn, as we were going to call this episode. Now, before we get out of here,
What? Well, I guess we'll just call it
well, there is one
fun
last.
and hijinks.
That's fair. There is one last part of Fast Freddy, which is he does his final show. They replay some of the Fez trashing him while he was drunk, but they also let him do one character roundup. And we're going to put the clip in here so you guys can listen. But Dave, we're going to pause the recording and you're going to listen to this.
Oh, this is great.
You need to hear it. So we'll
Okay, I
be
can't
right
wait.
back after you guys hear this.
I can't wait.
Okay, it's a late night show.
Oh, great.
Similar to the Tonight Show.
So it is the Tonight Show or different?
It's the Tonight Show, but hosted by Vince McMahon.
Oh, I see.
So I incorporate a little bit of the wrestling in there.
Jay's gonna get that back.
As well as his original
As
characters.
well as my original
Right.
characters.
So would you say it goes a little something like this?
Welcome to Late Night with Vince McMahon. I'm Vince McMahon. Today on the show, we're going to have some of my puppets that do whatever I tell them to do. Now, will you please bring out my first guest? Hello? And what is your name? My name's Corey Sanders, and you can suck my dick. Excuse me, don't you dare come on to my show and talk to me like that. Come on, Vince, suck my dick. You get the hell off of my show, you bastard. Get off of here. Damn it. Again, I'd like to say welcome to Late Night with Vince McMahon. And now I'd like to bring out another guest. Please come on out. Now, I'm told you have something special that you want to say on the show. What is your name? My name's Sweet Shit Siki. The hell kind of name is that? What, do you got something to say, Siki? Sweet shit. Who the hell do you think you are, using that kind of language on my show? Take him out of here, damn it. Bring me someone out here with some goddamn class. This is Late Night with Vince McMahon. Hello? How are you? What's your name? My name's Frederick, and I'm English. But pardon me, who are you again? Damn it, I'm Vincent Kennedy McMahon, the chairman of World Wrestling Entertainment, my own global empire. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with you or your wrestling promotion. You don't watch WWE? You're gonna come on my show and tell me you don't watch the WWE? Who the hell do you think you are? Well, I don't watch that crass garbage television. It is beneath me and my class. I'm better than you or your low-life wrestlers. You son of a bitch. Get the hell off of my show. Get him out of here, damn it. And don't let the door kick you in the ass on the way out. All right, I'm done with these damn guests. You got that shit right. Stone Cold Steve Austin is here and ready to open a can of whoop ass on your sorry ass. Now you listen to me, Vince. I came here. You shut your little mealy mouth, bastard. You dumb son of a bitch. I came here to whoop your ass. And if you want Stone Cold Steve Austin to whoop Vince's ass, give me a hell yeah. Hell yeah! That's exactly how I thought. Now, Vince, you and I both know that I am the toughest son of a bitch in the WWE. Vince, Austin, please, calm down, please. We don't want any problems here. Austin 316 says your ass belongs to me, and that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have. We'll see you next time on Late Night with Vince McMahon. And remember, like I always say, life sucks, and then you die.
Well, that was your time with this, huh, Freddie?
That was it.
I will say this to you, young man. I've worked in radio a long time, and I've never heard anything like that before.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll take that with me.
Yeah, you should. Take Dave with you, too. Dave, really, you're in fucking tears. You're laughing so hard.
I am dying over here. I have tears streaming from my face hearing that. Tears.
Now,
you could see the tears.
Yeah, that really hurt watching how hard you laughed at that. Because you've never laughed that remotely that hard at anything I've ever done.
That's bullshit. I have absolutely laughed hard like that stuff that you
missed
did.
this because you were enjoying it so much.
Oh
But my favorite part was hearing your laugh in present day echo your laugh on the radio because you could hear you in the background dying at the same parts.
Oh my God, that was the funniest fucking thing. He was a comedic genius. I mean, come on.
No.
Really?
That is called schizophrenia. That man just had an argument with himself in voices that sounded identical to each other.
Oh my God. I hope the Tales from the Satellite crew, I hope all the East Side Davidians, all the Dogsies, trademark, I hope all the Dogsies out there are find it just as funny as I do. And if you don't, then yeah, at least be concerned for my mental well-being then. Because if no one finds this funny but me, I've officially become the Joker at this point.
Wow.
Like the bearded Joker.
Isn't that a tease? Because guess what we're getting into soon?
Ho, ho, ho. Bearded Joker coming your way, it sounds like. Fucking Gotham City will never be the same, I'll tell you that much.
It was pretty funny, and it was very impressive how...
I mean, that was so funny to me.
He just kept going.
Like, if you saw that guy on fucking stage on stand-up, I'd swear to God I'd pay $50 to see what we just heard. I would pay that much money to see that on stage. That was so fucking funny to me that one person is doing all the...
I've sent you my album for free like 100 times, and you still haven't listened. So
I listened to the first part. No, that second joke was great. I listened to that one.
That was the I'm going to kill myself joke. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm definitely not. Anyway, that was kind of the end. One of the things we missed was Freddie does give you a eulogy.
He does?
Yeah. And then he leaves, and that's pretty much the end
That's
of Freddie.
it.
Yeah.
I believe I got to get Freddie on the Davey Mac Sports program in the initial run at Roy's Studios, I think. I think he came by and said hello, or he's emailed me every once in a while, but I don't know where he is now. But I wish, oh shit.
I wish I had silenced that.
I don't know where but I thought that was him calling. That would have been amazing. I don't know where you are, Freddie. But I love you. Number one fucking fan over here. Your Ichiban of fans sits right here, my man. That was some funny ass shit. I couldn't stop laughing at that shit. Holy cow. So if you're out there, Freddie, and you hear this, drop me a line. I got the same email. You know what's weird? I was at the Port Authority bus station, not the fucking bowling alley. This is like last year or something. And Uzo, one of our interns, saw me just randomly. And, like, honestly, this was a one and done because over the course of, you get, like, at least what? I think you get 3 classes a year. You get interns for the fall, interns for the spring and then interns for summer.
Yeah.
So 3 different classes a year. That's a lot of interns. And it was cool that Uzo recognized me right away. And he said hello to me.
That's pretty cool.
That made me feel good.
Especially with how much you've changed physically, like we were just talking about earlier.
And he's a nice, handsome, and I'll just be honest, African-American gentleman.
Oh, nice.
So he made me look cool in front of a couple of empty-headed white ladies, who I was trying to,
Every week I beg you to bring those empty-headed white ladies around here, but you seem
This
to
was a
refuse to
year
do
ago.
so.
I don't speak with almost any humans
I know.
in 2023 except for you and Jared.
If you're a hot whore and want to hang out with Eastside Dave and I, come on out. That's all we're looking for.
My kids. I speak with my children, my mother.
None of those 3 would fit the category of hot whores.
No. Keep my, especially my Bob, Beanie Mac. I mean, listen, 1961. I mean, I won't say whore with Beanie Mac.
Never.
But her and Deli were considered. My Aunt Deli were considered to be nice looking ladies. But we're talking a long time ago, Robert.
Yeah.
We're talking 1961. So on and so forth. But what an episode this was.
If today's date is 250 bowling average, they were hot back with
What
what
a
Freddie
little
could throw.
Fucking liar. What a delusional, crazy ass
Before
liar.
we get out of here, the fellas did want to know some of the behind the scenes of beer porn. Were there any smells?
Smells because Fez was laying on top of me.
Or because of you? We know sometimes he dribbles. Like, what was the...
No, I think Fez actually smelled rather good. And in fact, I recall him having minty breath, for real. He smelled good and had minty breath. I can't say it's the same for me. I'm sure he was repulsed, but he went all for it. And I took it. If you could see when I turned my head to the left, when Fez is lying on me, in one sequence, it's because I'm laughing.
Oh, okay.
I broke out and laughed. So you never see me laugh though. See, because I don't fucking like
Jimmy
that
Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon
You're not
shit.
Jimmy Fallon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't care for that.
No.
All right, you're a fucking paid professional. Do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Keep a straight
Did
face.
you see fucking Freddy laughing at his own bits in that Tonight Show sketch? That fucking sketch was better than anything I've seen on the Tonight Show that Jimmy Fallon has done. And unlike Jimmy Fallon, Fast Freddy ain't laughing and being all cutesy wootsy.
That's true. And this is no joke. This question. Was there any fear of an erection? Because it is sensuality.
No, it was
regardless at the end of the day, it's
no,
sensuality.
and I am no, because A, there were multiple people in the room. B,
That would
Sirius
make it
XM
harder
can
for
be
me.
freezing sometimes.
Yeah, it definitely can.
I don't know what the deal is with why they want to keep certain radio studios so fucking cold.
Probably that exact reason. They're like, hey, we heard about the Weinstein situation. None of that shit's happening here.
Well, the combination of temperature, multiple people, no, it wasn't going to happen. It was a silly scenario, though, and I did laugh quite a bit at it.
Well, I can tell you what is going to happen, Dave. And that's we're going to keep doing this. We're going to churn them out at a more regular rate. We are going to be back with the Bearded Joker before you know it.
Really?
And on that note, I'm going to tell the people to check you out at eastsidedavecountry.com. That's where everything is.
That's the website.
You know what they're going to find there? They're going to find the Dave Mack Sports Program with Roy Harder and myself. They're going to find
Yaddle Chattel
with Jedi Jared.
Star Wars podcast.
Number
Darth
one
David and
R-rated rising
It's
podcast.
currently the number one fastest rising R-rated Star Wars podcast hosted by 2 Quentin Tarantino fans in New Jersey. Yes, I understand that's a very specific category, but we are all the way up to 959 on that category. We are the 959th most popular podcast of that genre, but we are rising.
Rising fast.
We are rising quickly right now. Eastside Dave and Son Wrestling Show, which Stanley Mack and I are nationally syndicated through Beasley Media, so that's pretty cool.
If you're a fan of Stanley Mack, he was on the previous episode of the Dave Mack Sports Program where we did a Mario Kart challenge.
Yeah. So we want you basically to subscribe, get involved in the Eastside Dave Empire. Don't forget patreon.com/Eastside Dave for this show at least a month before anyone else gets it. Also, we also have exclusive videos. We did a driving show where I was driving Big A and Bobo. 2 parts, in fact. So go check it out because it was actually rather fun. We just decided, you know what? I'm driving these guys.
Might as well record.
Why don't I fucking record it? So I had Andrew record. We had a whole fucking show. It was great, actually. So you get that. And no, you can't get that anywhere else. You can't get Saturday Mornings with David. a little 2-minute news show, 2.5, 3-minute news show I do on Saturdays. Some Saturdays when I can remember. You don't get that anywhere else. So we want you to subscribe. Patreon.com/EastsideDave. All right, well, Robert, listen. It was an epic, and actually it was a rather comical episode.
Yeah.
Not as much. I guess there was controversy with the St. Patrick's incident.
That and, Mr. Grape Juice himself, Chris Pepper Stanley's Welch. But other than that, no
I guess
controversy.
there's a little controversy with that Pepper not doing the beard porn, man. And like I said, he probably owes us a beard porn.
I'm hoping AI works it out for
How
us.
about this? Maybe one day we get Chris Pepper Stanley down for a Tales from the Satellite episode. Let's put that out there publicly.
That'd be awesome.
And then when that happens, we get him all liquored up. He passes out right there on the couch. I'll just rub my goddamn beard all over him. We got the fucking beard porn.
I love it.
So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get him blackout drunk and have him pass out right there, right where you are.
Make sure you subscribe to the Patreon so you're the first person to see that before the police take it down. On that note, I think we're going to get out of here, right, Dave?
We're going to get out of here now,
We'll
Robert.
see
It's
you
been
soon.
fun.
Thank you very much, radio fans, and good night.